Okay. I am going to be reading to you from Women Who Run with the Wolves by Clarissa Pinkola Estés. It's myths and stories of the wild woman archetype. So there are a lot of layers behind the spiritual principles that we all find in common. And so just take in what I'm reading, however it resonates with you. A lot of the focus is on women. If you want to reflect on the divine feminine and divine masculine within all of us, so we all have components of masculine and feminine in us. So I'm going to flip through this chapter called Homing, Return to Oneself. There is a human time and there is a wild time. When I was a child in the North Woods, before I learned there were 4 seasons to a year, I thought there were dozens. The time of nighttime thunderstorms, heat lightning time, bonfires in the woods time, blood on the snow time, the times of ice trees, bowing trees, crying trees, shimmering trees, bearded trees, waving at the tops only trees, and trees drop their babies time. I loved the seasons of diamond snow, steaming snow, squeaking snow, and even dirty snow and stone snow, for these meant the time of flower blossoms on the river was coming. These seasons were like important and holy visitors, and each sent its harbingers. Pine cones open, pine cones closed, the smell of leaf rot, the smell of rain coming, crackling hair, lank hair, bushy hair, doors loose, doors tight, doors that won't shut at all, window panes covered with ice hair, window panes covered with wet petals, window panes covered with yellow pollen, window panes packed with sap gum, and our own skin had its cycles too, parched, sweaty, gritty, sunburnt, soft. The psyches and souls of women also have their own cycles and seasons of doing and solitude, running and staying, being involved and being removed, questing and resting, creating and incubating, being of the world and returning to the soul place. When we are children and young girls, the instinctive nature notices all these phases and cycles. It hovers quite near us, and we are aware and active at various intervals as we see fit. Children are the wildish nature, and without being told to, they prepare for the coming of these times, greeting them, living with them, and keeping from those times mementos for remembering. The crimson leaf in the dictionary, the angel wing necklaces from the seeds of the silver maples, snowballs in the meat locker, the special stone, bone, stick, or pod, the peculiar shell, the ribbon from the bird burial, a diary of smells from that time, the calm heart, the excited blood, and all the pictures in their minds. Once we lived by these cycles and seasons year after year, and they lived in us. They calmed us, danced us, shook us, reassured us, made us learn creaturally. They were part of our soul skins, a pelt that enveloped us in the wild and natural world, at least until we were told that there were really only 4 seasons to a year, and that women themselves really only had 3 seasons, girlhood, adulthood, and old womanhood, and that was supposed to be that. But we cannot allow ourselves to sleepwalk wrapped in this flimsy and unobservant fabrication, for it causes women to deviate from their natural and soulful cycles, and therefore to suffer from dryness, tiredness, and homesickness. It is far better for us to return to our own unique and soulful cycles regularly, all of them, any of them. Cutting loose, diving in. What is homing? It is the instinct to return, to go to the place we remember. It is the ability to find, whether in dark or in daylight, one's home place. It is right and proper that we eke out, liberate, take, make, connive to get, assert our right to go home. Home is a sustained mood or sense that allows us to experience feelings not necessarily sustained in the mundane world. Wonder, vision, peace, freedom from worry, freedom from demands, freedom from constant clacking. All these treasures from home are meant to be cached in the psyche for later use in the topside world. Although there are many physical places one can go to feel our way back to the special home, the physical place itself is not home. It is only the vehicle that rocks the ego to sleep so that we can go the rest of the way by ourselves. The vehicles through and by which women reach home are many: music, art, forest, ocean, ocean spume, sunrise, solitude. These take us home to a nutritive inner world that has ideas, order, and sustenance all of its own. Home is the pristine instinctual life that works as easily as a joint sliding upon its greased bearing, where all it is as it should be, where all the noises sound right, and the light is good, and the smells make us feel calm rather than alarmed. How one spends one's time in the return is not important. Whatever revivifies balance is what is essential. That is home.